Mike, we're going to talk NFL draft.
We are.
We'll start off with the Eagles. This is, I remember watching this draft and thinking about what I said last year. Andy Reid usually tries to think he's the smartest guy in the room, or Howie Roseman, or the whole group. They think they're out there outsmarting everybody. This year, they pretty much just stuck to the board, or stuck to what Mayock had said, or Mike Mayock, or I don't know, but they just seem to fall into better order for everything.
Well, I think
I liked it. I liked what they did.
Yeah, and I think what was nice was they were able to move up to from 15 to 12 without having to give up any more than a fourth and a sixth round pick in that deal. Like they had 2 picks in the second round, and they got the players they wanted with their first 3 picks without having to mess with you know.
Yeah, they go into a draft, and this happens in yourself, 10 picks, 13 picks, 9 picks, and you wind up drafting all these guys, and I wind up thinking, that's great, but these guys aren't any good. You know, you wind up having 6th and 7th rounders starting for you. And I'm like, that's no, move up, trade some of those picks, and go get a quality guy. Instead of letting Fletcher Cox get away from them, they moved up from 15 to 12 and got the guy that's going to help the team. I still held my breath when I heard. I was watching it on Twitter. You know, I got a tweet that they were trading up. I'm still thinking, are they trading up? They're going to take, you know, some crazy line. I mean, a couple years ago, everybody thought they were trading up to get Earl Thomas, and it winds up being Brandon Graham. And I'm going, what? You know, last year they traded back and took Danny Watkins, and I'm going, what?
And we should point out that maybe what this draft is an acknowledgement of is that the Brandon Graham experiment is a failure.
I really think Jeffrey Lurie took them both into the shed and went
because 2 of the
and how he went and he went again.
2 of the first 3. Take it easy, big guy.
That hurt. Actually.
2 of the first 3 picks are defensive linemen who are. Everybody says, I mean, I'm not Mel Kiper, but the people who follow this say that these were excellent value picks. It's Fletcher Cox, a defensive tackle from Mississippi State, and Vinnie Curry in the second round, who is a defensive end from Marshall, who is a kid from New Jersey, who is a gigantic Eagles fan. So the day that he got picked by the Eagles was like the greatest day of his life.
You know, I think he's going to be highly motivated to play well. And they actually had him there at Brian Dawkins' sort of retirement thing, and that was really cool because he got to see a lot of his former heroes. And I tell you what, that's not going to motivate you to play well.
Right.
They asked him who his favorite player was. He's like, I don't have one. He named off 12. Went the whole way back to Reggie White.
And the other thing the Eagles did was, with their second pick, their first pick in the second round, was they got a linebacker, which everybody,
what?
You know, that's a stunning news. It's an area that they historically neglect, I think we can safely say, and it's a kid named Michael Kendricks from Cal, who was a little bit undersized, but apparently blew people away at the combine and in all kind of workouts and everything, and is a very, very good tackler. He makes plays. He takes guys down, and so it looks like they have 3 guys in our first 3 picks that are going to be able to get on the field and get them better defensively next year. That's how it looks. That's the theory.
And they're protecting the middle. Now I will say he's very small. He's listed to 5'11", but I think he's about the size of Rudy. And I think he gnaws on people's ankles out there. He's got this, you know, he's got this termite type. But you know, he's. Bill Polian says bloodthirsty is how he said to him. I thought that for linebacker football to say the guy is bloodthirsty is a pretty good comparison. Now, I thought Dallas made a really good move when they came up to go get a cornerback they really wanted in Claiborne. It was a gutsy move. That's been an area that's been a weakness for a while. If they get a good quarterback, maybe they'll be set now. But Claiborne can really solidify that. That's been an area of weakness for a while. Again, I got to mention the Steelers. The Steelers stay put almost every year, and guys just fall to them. They play the players so sharp. They get this guy from Stanford who plays guard, can play tackle, phenomenal. And then they go get Mike Adams from Ohio State, who's an idiot. He got tested for marijuana at the combine. You think you're not going to get tested there?
Yeah.
But supposedly they had him off. They had him off of their board, but they talked to him again and they put him back on, and they got a phenomenal value with this guy. And they still got their linebacker.
But I mean, that's the kind of thing.
Steelers.
Taking that kid who was smoking the ganja at the combine, that's the kind of thing that if you're a bad team, you get ripped for. If you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Steelers got great value. You know what I mean? That's kind of the thing where reputation comes into it a little bit.
I think the Steelers already took him to the shed and went, you know, so it's been a good draft. The one pick I got to mention with the Eagles in the third round, it's like Andy Reid had one of those Tourette syndrome moments again, where he just sort of lost it and put out a bunch of, you know.
So you're thinking there's a physiological explanation.
Nick Foley, the quarterback, sounds like he should be arrested. Nick Foles, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Nick Foley was a wrestler. Nick Foles, Arizona. He looks like a pretty good quarterback, but
well, he's a very big guy
but
with
you
a
don't
big
need him.
arm.
You don't need to do
It
that.
makes no sense to me in terms of the roster. They have Trent Edwards and this Kafka kid. And
They need another good
one of those guys is
experienced
going to be gone. Apparently,
Yeah.
I mean, do they think are they sour on Kafka? Or are they sour on Edwards? Why did they sign Edwards? I mean, it's that to me is completely incomprehensible. And that was in the third round. That's not the sixth round.
Right, and you still need to get players in here.
Yeah,
That's a draft pick for the future, like 2015, and you need players now.
So I think the consensus in the media seems to be the Eagles just totally aced this A++.
Boykins was good too.
I think they did very well, but I'm not going to give them an A+. I don't think.
You got to take away from the Foles pick. I mean, the Foles pick is
Yes.
sort of is
Yeah,
a Tourette's
absolutely,
moment.
yeah.
But the guy I wanted them to get, one of the quarterbacks, is a kid from Georgia, and they wound up getting Boykins in the next round. So,
Yeah, that's Brandon Boykin, who they think is going to be a kick returner, a playmaker. He's he's a small dude, very, very athletic, but a small dude. So, I'm not saying the Eagles didn't do good. I think they did very well.